We're live.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing?
Good morning, everyone. Man, I was just talking to Myron about how long it's been. Even though it's only been like a week or so, it feels like it's been a month. Man,
Absolutely.
let me see. We have a few members that are still taking care of a few things, but they'll be hopping on here shortly. Okay. Are still taking care. All right. Okay, Myron, I think I'm all set up now.
Okay, cool. Let's do this. How many people we got? Four. We got 4 people watching. So let's just kind of start. So you all went out to Tennessee. What city were you guys in?
So Ione and I went there a little earlier than, and we went to Knoxville. And we were out there because it was our anniversary, so we tried to spend some time together at the Smoky Mountains. And yeah, it didn't turn out as well as we planned it to. We still had to do some work, but we had some fun out there. We were about a day or two earlier from the actual event that we were attending, and then once we left Knoxville, we spent most of the time in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which is right outside Nashville, I believe.
Yeah.
And so that's where the event was at. And we had a lot of good stuff there. I'll speak a little bit more about the event here in a second, but we were in Tennessee for most of the week, just trying to make sure we get everything. Because as you guys know, we have a 40-unit property under contract right now in Rocky Top, Tennessee. And so while we were out there, we made it a very productive weekend for us and week to make sure we have everything and just check out the property again. And, just while we're out there, right?
Yeah.
And that's in a nutshell. I'll explain a little bit more in detail, but that's pretty much it. We were in Tennessee this entire time. On our way home, I stopped by my parents' place in Missouri for a day. And then we came back. We just got home last night. So we're glad to be back home. It feels kind of weird that I'm back home, right? It feels kind of weird. It feels like I should be going somewhere again. Yeah. But I'm enjoying that we're back home. We may be out and about again next week, but not too far, maybe in Houston, walking some more properties. But dude, our week has been so busy, productive, effective. But again, it just feels like it's been like a month that we've been out, even though it's only been a week, man. Anyway, how was your guys's?
Yeah, so let me dive into that, and then we can talk about more what you all did at the mastermind. So Pace was speaking at a Dallas event, Brad Sumrock. AmNotCon, apartments investor, something like that, and had some great speakers. Jesse Itzler, I think that's how you say his name. Oh shoot, what's his name? Ed Milet was there. And this other guy, I'm going to look up this other guy, but I want to get into that a little bit, what this other guy was talking about. But anyways, the coolest thing was Pace had us kind of, Pace bought 100 tickets for sub-2 students and had Carolyn and me kind of help organize all that. So we had like a Google document, a Google sheet, and everybody was putting their names in there and they're throwing their names down and all this crap, man. And it was pretty cool. And then We got there and it was just nonstop networking. Honestly, I'm sorry. I didn't see probably 80% of the speakers because my butt was out in the hallway, just talking to people. What do you do? What do you do? What's going on with you? A lot of people trying to raise money right now. A lot. Like, I don't agree with what they did. I don't agree with what they did to be like, here's my card. I'm looking for LPs. Like, legit, that's all they said. I was like, whoa, this is not right.
Right.
Like, coming out of the bathroom, oh, hey, here's my card. Like, I gotta go pee.
Almost like soliciting.
Exactly. It was a lot. But we met some great people. Me and John Lim kind of like linked arms, right? He's able to like kind of like infiltrate circles of people and just start talking to people.
Yeah.
Where I'm more integrator. I'm like, man, what is that about? Yo, Elton says I had the same feeling. Yeah, Elton was there. We met. Thank you for dinner, by the way, Elton. That was amazing. But I want to say this. I'm going to give a big shout out to John Lim. So what he was able to do, I was just watching this happen, right? I'm watching him kind of put pieces together. Yeah. I want to explain this because it really helped me. So he went to an event and we met this guy who builds complexes. He's a developer, right? He's like, I'm doing a $65 million project right now. John likes mobile home parks. Okay. So he's like, I don't know what the hell is happening here. I don't know how to do this stuff. So he met a developer and the guy goes, you know what I'm doing right now? This is like a secret project that I'm doing on the side. I'm building RV storage. It's just like covered parking for RVs.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about what John did. Okay. So he goes, how much land does that take? Oh, about 3 to 5 acres. He literally took out his phone and he made a post. Hey, I'm looking for 3 to 5 acres. By hour 10, he had it in Dallas. So what I want to say is like, man, he's like freaking executed this thing. He goes, he found 3 to 5 acres. He went back to the guy. He goes, I found 3 to 5 acres here in Dallas. What will it take? Oh, okay. It's going to take about 1.2 to develop. Okay. So the land is 400, 1.2 to develop. He starts putting all these pieces together.
Yeah.
Finds the people who do the software at the event. The people who do the software for in and out, like the gates and stuff. We like multifamily. All right. We like multifamily, but yo, this guy put everything he needed together at this event.
Wow.
Software, land, developer, the people who, there's something else, like camera systems, like everybody was at this event, right? There are a lot of people looking for money. There are a lot of developers, but like John said, let me put this together. And of course there's money at that event. That was my main thing. I'm going around talking to people, looking for people who want to invest in. Carolyn's here.
What's up, Carolyn?
Hey, good morning.
But it taught me, what I want to say for me is it taught me something is like, at this point, I need someone to help me kind of like infiltrate those circles. I need like a wingman, a wing person, right? Carolyn, the first day we were both there, but day 2 and 3, Carolyn stayed back and stayed with the kids for half the day, right? And so I'm like, so I learned a couple things about myself. I need to work on infiltrating circles better, or just like walking up. But my answer right now is just, I need a wing person to help me get in there. And then I go. Once I get in, I'll go. I guess it's like a vampire. I got to be invited or something like that.
Those analogies, bro.
But I was slinging seller finance. Man, I wish I had a shirt that said seller finance.
Mm.
I had the lady I go, hey, can you reprint my badge, like my badge that you wear? I go, can you put Myron Bradley Seller Finance on it? And she did it.
No way.
She did it. And I go, can you get Carolyn's to say it too?
Yep.
And so they would look, oh, what's your name? What's Seller Finance? Tell me what you got going on. Oh man, it was crazy.
Do you still have it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fire's in the chat if you want to see the cool little.
Oh my God, where are they?
We have to find them. But oh whoops, my mic came unplugged. But what was I saying? So we were doing a lot of talking, a lot of meeting people. We connected with a lot of people. But I think one thing to kind of like a caveat is people just connect just to connect,
right?
Like no relationship.
Yeah.
And so that's really what we were looking for is like, let's get with people here in Dallas. Let's connect with people. Let's, people who are running, 1,000, 3,000. I want to, ping them. We're going to do follow-ups, but something that they did that I thought was really smart is they started a WhatsApp channel, and there's probably like 300 people in this channel that are just like ding, 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 just talking to each other. They are trying to raise money in there, but hey, I'm at this event. Are y'all going over here? We're gonna go to Grant Cardone's thing. Y'all coming to this? That's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I dropped our YouTube. I'm gonna drop the Carlos thing. I want to use those platforms to move people into our groups, into our group.
Right.
So there's another event at the beginning of November in Orlando that I want to go to. That is Jake and Gino, and I feel like it'll just be a different experience. It won't be my first rodeo, right?
Right.
Because that was really my first rodeo on a bigger event. But yeah, I want to get a Seller Finance shirt and just kill it at these events, man. I had a lot of fun.
Someone sponsor Myron and get him Seller Finance shirt, please. He needs it ASAP.
Oh yeah.
We can't find the tags, but it was legit.
All good.
That's cool.
I want to highlight a few things that you said, Myron. I think going to the event, you said you probably didn't hear any of the speakers because you were networking so much, right?
Yes.
And so I think this kind of goes back to taking advantage of the event. And I would say you guys did that because you were there on a mission, right?
For sure.
Your goal, probably several other ones while you were there developed, but your goal was to go raise capital, go find money. But you ended up developing more relationships. And on top of that, you said you learned things about yourself, right? So you said going in there and strategically getting into or infiltrating these circles in order for you to get to the next level or connect people or whatever it may be, right? Kind of like what John Lim was doing. He was connecting the dots. That's exactly what he was doing, right? But he was doing that there in person. He was being effective and quick, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what it's all about. Is some of these people go to these events and like you said, they go over there, but they don't really make a connection with people. They just go over there and kind of go through the motions and listen to the event. They don't use any of that momentum, and then they just stay stagnant for the rest of the time, right? And that's exactly what you did the exactly opposite of that. You went over there, took advantage, and now you're probably so pumped right now with a new mission and trying to get things going that you were like, this is exactly what I went there for. Networking. People, man, it's people.
People.
That's all it is. Yeah.
It is who, not how. Like, who can help me do this?
Who can I help?
Yeah, exactly right. Who can I help? Our Rocky Top deal. I think I broke out my phone and did a deck right there 3 times. Let's go over it. Yeah, I'll show it to you. Come on, man. He's like, well, how much are you looking for? Right? Oh, nah. You know, people are just kind of looking. They want to see it, right? Like, is this real?
Tire kickers.
Yeah. But a couple things. I practiced. I went over it, right?
Yeah.
And got that contact. You know, maybe it's not this deal. Maybe it's the next deal. But what Ryan is saying on the Facebook, use your real name. So Ryan had his Instagram and Facebook and everything as his home buying LLC.
Mm.
What was it? I don't remember what it was, Ryan. Like Nav Home Buyers LLC. I don't remember what it was, but they didn't know his real name.
Oh man, switch that. Yep, he switched it.
He did. He switched
it.
And you know, something I am a little sad about is that I was talking to these guys about our 40 units in Tennessee, going over that. I'm like, man, when is Ed Milet going on? I'm gonna go in there and look. Literally, he was all the way done. Well, I saw him for 2 minutes.
Oh,
I was like, oh,
Yep.
dang it.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see him, and I missed Pace's speech because we had something going on with the kids. Ed Milet. Those are 2 guys I wanted to see the most. But the event, I got tons of value out of it. Like, honestly, if I don't know, we would have gone if Pace didn't buy tickets. We would have gone.
For sure.
Right. But if it wasn't for Pace at the beginning, man, none of this. I don't even think this YouTube will be happening right now.
Agreed.
Like, we owe a lot to Pace, for real.
Myron and I were talking about that last, like a few nights ago. Like, we're looking at the trajectory of, like, where we were and how far we've come, and like all those little like stepping stones in between. And like, even for you, like you going on the Q&A and getting Carlos's number from him, and like all these little puzzle pieces that just look like a big mess months ago are starting to form this like really beautiful puzzle of like, oh wow, we did a deal with Pace. Now we're gonna do a deal with Carlos maybe. Next one, I'm calling it, is gonna be Vina. Like, I just want to do a deal with it. Like, I'm gonna see her today or tomorrow on. I'm going to a tax and asset planning seminar. If that doesn't blow your mind, just to hear that, like the how we've positioned ourselves and how much we've grown, and like all these little pieces coming together. Just I mean, ultimately because of Pace. Like, we didn't know Carlos until Pace, or Vina until Pace, and all these things. So it's really exciting. It's really cool to like have proximity and like put yourself outside your comfort zone and make some big moves.
Absolutely. And like you said, all the things are falling into place. It's just happening, and it's happening fast too. It's happening really fast now. Momentum is just, it's with us right now. We've got so much momentum. And I want to ask you guys a question, just so the audience who is listening right now can know exactly what you guys are going through. Carolyn, Myron, how long have you guys been on this real estate journey since you started?
That's an amazing question.
Since we started?
Yeah, April last year we started. And I don't know, my head was so far up my butt, I couldn't even tell what was going on. And so April last year, what is that? April?
Like
a year and a half.
A year and a half.
But honestly, we're really not counting any of that until we started sub 2. That's really when we got serious, because we landed, whatever it was, $8,000 into it, right?
Mhm.
Once we put money down on our education and ourselves, then that's really when we're going like, okay, now we got to really do this, right?
Mhm.
And we got serious. And so it's been a year and a half, but really since September, right?
August. We joined Sub 2 last August, 2021. September, we keep going back to September because that's when we actually got to do our ride along with him, and that's when it felt like super real. But
Right.
yeah, so kind of just a year, man. Like a
Mhm.
year and a couple months. Like,
And then
it's wild.
multifamily, we've been focused on multifamily with you for what, 6 months?
What, since like Clever,
More or less, right?
something like that. I mean, we were working together prior to that.
Right.
Probably at the beginning of the year. We're coming up on like a year of like working with you, and then multifamily happened, and it's been like,
Sorry.
it's a blur. Like, wait, when did we start this?
Yeah.
I think we just like throw out months, and I think it's been longer. I don't know. It's really cool.
I was talking to somebody last night, and they're like, "How many years have you been doing this?" I'm like, 1. Like, dude, really? I don't know where you're going with that question, but it's really, for me, about surrounding yourself with great people.
And that's exactly where I was going with that question. Is imagine you doing this by yourself with no mentor or no community. I couldn't imagine it.
Like, impossible. It's not impossible, but it's going to feel impossible.
Yeah. And then how impactful was it to get close to someone like Pace for you guys to accelerate your goals?
How impactful? What percentage? A million? Infinity.
What percentage?
That's how my brain
I
thinks.
know. I can't even, like, I can talk all day long about it, but there's no like one word to sum it up. That dude has changed the trajectory of our lives and continues to change everyone's trajectory of their lives. It's just like, he's there to push you and amplify you. You just have to back it up with action and like serving and like gratitude. I don't know, all the things.
Yeah. And I know most of our audience can relate because they're in Sub 2 with us as well. But for those who may be watching and are not in Sub 2 or in any kind of mentorship, and they're trying to get into real estate, how important is it to surround yourself with a community? Hey, KJ.
Hey, guys.
Look at her with her new background.
I know.
It almost looks similar to yours.
Guys, put some fires in the chat. This is KJ's new office.
Yes, I like it.
It's like KJ 3.0 over here.
Nice.
Cute.
Yeah. I can roll around on the floor. It's not carpet. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I finally made it.
No, you're good. You're good. We're getting some fires in the chat for you.
I
was asking Carolyn and Myron how important it has been for them to surround themselves with the right people for their real estate journey, because there's a lot of people in here who are watching who don't have someone that they can go to for like a mentor or a leader or something like that, or the right people that they surround themselves with. Like, how important was that, Carolyn and Myron, once you surrounded yourself with the right people? And, now that you are where you are now and where you're going, how is that pivotal in your guys' journey in real estate?
So it's all of it. It's make or break. Like, if you don't do that, you're gonna struggle so much. So like, what I think happened for us is we met Pace, and Pace boosted us up, and it got our name out there, and it helped us market our brand, right? and it gave us a smidgen of clout. And
we didn't even know. We still don't know.
right. And so having that happen has changed our life, right? And so that helped us kind of get into like our group right now is changing our life. Our life is changed, right? And if hold on. Well,
Yep.
our kid is rocking out on the song.
I miss
Both the
them.
girls are like singing along with this song. Just shut the door. Anyways.
They're cute.
I hope I'm making sense, but
No, yeah, definitely.
I think it's everything, man. Like when you surround yourself with people who are pushing harder than you think are pushing harder than you, man, you want to like go, right? You want to push a little bit harder, like, I got to keep up with what's going on right now. And so it's everything. And like we were talking just a minute ago about getting outside your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like I don't want to get mixed words. It's like I don't think I need to be better than Oscar, Joseph, KJ. I don't need to be better. I need to bring value, right? And I want to. I don't need to. I want to. And it's been nothing short of amazing to be in this group. And like okay, here's what I want to say. If you're watching this, I'm just going to end it. If you're watching this and you're not in a team or a group, you don't have a battle buddy or whatever that is, make that your next priority. Like, unless you're getting an assignment today, okay, that's your priority. Make your money, but that next thing is I need a partner. Like that has to happen.
Come on, so I can turn the camera on.
Yay, we're gonna have a guest appearance.
I'm trying to, guys. I'm trying to put the fire in the chat to get Ione on here.
Come on, Ione. Come on, Ione. You crushing it.
Fire in the chat.
Yes, Ione's here. Oh my god.
You woke me up early to be here.
I'm gonna
Joseph, I hear Joseph. What? Ione's here.
Love it.
Ione's like, I don't get up early. She's a night owl like Joseph.
It's 9:30.
I know. She was underwriting all the deals that you sent her, Carolyn.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
That was amazing. I'm gonna clip that.
Oh
snap. Like everything we do from now on is gonna happen, and the end of it's gonna be, oh snap.
That was funny.
Y'all know this is our beloved, amazing underwriter. One of them, Ione. She doesn't make appearances often because she's crunching numbers all the time.
I love Ione. She's awesome.
Thank you.
I know we got to hang out all this weekend, which was fun.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to touch up on that, KJ, because this is all a weekly recap, right? Is this the good, the bad, and ugly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't we talk about, I guess, the good, the bad, and the ugly of what happened, not necessarily in the event, because the event was really good, but maybe on the stuff that we have going on the side that might be the ugly, like some of the deals that we're working on, or maybe broker conversations or something like that, just so that we can catch up everyone on what's been going on your side, KJ, and then we'll go to Carolyn and Myron.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be walking 119 units on Monday, and then Oscar and Ione are walking, I think it's 56 units on Tuesday. So I think the thing that probably holds us up, the ugly, the frustrating is systems, which I know we're going to get some help on Tuesday. But I think that's the one thing that, like, I told Joseph, I was like, can you underwrite this? And he's like, not right now. Like, he was doing other things. I'm like, well, how are you going to remember to underwrite this? Like, where can I put this that it's in your face that, like, you know, like, I was like, we need some type of like one place. And I know that it's just been on the back burner because we've had like Rocky Top and other stuff that we're working on. And it's just like those things come first. So I guess we're realizing like, okay, we're working on a deal that demands number one priority, and it's hard to not let other things fall off or fall through. So I'm like trying to balance following up with the brokers, remembering to respond to them, also having to make sure like our underwriters see the deals that we're getting and getting their feedback. So I think it's just kind of realizing the importance and power of having some type of organization and seeing like we can easily see, okay, this is where we need to improve. This is kind of like our weak spots that we need to like get better in. But I mean, it's good because had these things not happened, we wouldn't know where we need to fix things and make it better. But it's also like putting pressure on me. I was like, oh my gosh, like I got my whiteboard set up. I'm about to list every broker with every deal they've sent me with like Ione would be like, is it a suitable? What's the purchase price? Like, are they open to seller finance? And like when you go back and forth on the emails, it's like, I don't remember what for what deal. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna organize my whiteboard and like make it all pretty so that way like it's a lot easier because my brain hurts. But I mean, it's a good problem to have. We're super blessed that we even have brokers sending us deals and that we have deals to look at and that we have a deal under contract. So I mean, I'm just super excited, and I mean, they're good problems to have. We're gonna have problems regardless. So every day is like, okay, what can we get better at? What can we improve? It's like if you don't have problems, then you're not doing something right. So I'm excited to see, you know, how things go. Everything's slowly getting better. So I'm excited.
Love it. And everybody, Joseph hopped in just now. Everybody put like, America in the chat or something.
I love it.
He's
What's up,
America.
Joseph?
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
No much.
Avery, you know what? Ever since I've set up the office, I've been getting so many comments and compliments on it. So it's a starting piece, man. It's a icebreaker immediately into meetings, whether it's good or bad.
It's a conversation starter for sure.
When your dad's in the military and helped you decorate your office.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, snap.
Oh, snap. Oh, babe, when you came in and opened the door, like they died. They're like, we're going to make a clip of that. And like every time something happens, they're like, oh, snap.
Well, I heard Ione was coming in. You know, I had to show up.
Guys, so just so you know, the ugly, I guess you can call it on our part, is we've been traveling and we were driving the entire time, right?
I'm tired of it.
Yeah, we're tired of it. We're tired of it. It's so much time in the car that we feel like it's not being spent wisely, right? And it's hard to work out of a car, right? You don't have internet unless you got your hotspot, but then you have to set up your computer, your laptop, whatever. And Joseph makes fun of us all the time because we have those like dinosaur laptop that we carry around with us, right? That's literally falling apart and weighs like a ton.
Yeah.
I was telling this to Ione last night. I was like, the ugly for us is that driving is such a hassle. And second, although we have a pretty dinosaur laptop, I should have worn my dinosaur shirt, right? We have a dinosaur laptop. Literally, this laptop, even though it's falling apart, it's making us millions of dollars still. Guys, you don't need anything fancy. You don't need anything fancy to do the business that we're doing right now. As long as you have something, don't find the excuse to get the perfect laptop or to get the perfect car or the perfect travel, whatever arrangements. Just do it because we're doing it. And although it's inconvenient at times, we still get it done. Like last night, I think I was talking to, or yesterday I was talking to Myron, and we were like talking about this deal that we were trying to send an LOI for. And although we were traveling, like Ione was still crunching numbers even till like 1 or 2 a.m. while we were traveling. And we were able to give Myron an answer yesterday on one of the deals on exactly what it looks like. The underwriting, here's the LOI, put it in, boom. No excuses. We still got it done. And the deadline, I believe, was today, right, Myron?
Yep, it got sent yesterday.
Yeah. And it got sent yesterday.
Yep. Thank you. I was like, I don't know. Does she want I'll do a $50 gift card to Boba or whatever.
Cracker Barrel. What are you
Cracker
talking about?
Hey, she likes boba too.
You know what, guys? You know the funny story? Rocky Top, there's a Cracker Barrel like 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
So no, out of all the things in that area, there's a Cracker
I
Barrel.
don't remember seeing that.
I was like, this is a good area.
That's
We have to like map out every deal. Like, how far is the Cracker Barrel?
I do want to say one thing. I am super grateful for you guys, especially Carolyn and Myron. When Oscar, Ione, Joseph, and I were traveling, we had EMD due, and none of us were able to like get the paperwork filled out. Like we were like panicking, and like we leaned on Myron so much to get this put in for our deal in Rocky Top. And I was like, can you imagine if we didn't have our team? Like I am so grateful for you guys that we can lean on each other when we're traveling or busy doing things and stuff like that. Like it's just so amazing, and I'm so thankful for all of you, because the fact that we can lean on each other and help each other out in times like that, like Myron saved the day. So super thankful for you.
Of course, anytime.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing I was talking to Carolyn and Myron before you hopped on, KJ, is how important is it to surround yourself with the right people. And Myron mentioned too, if you don't have a team, go start to find a team, right? And that's exactly what it is all of us were traveling, every single one of us. And then Carolyn and Myron, they were busy, although they were here in Dallas still, they were organizing an event, right? They were organizing a bunch of other different things. And so we have to, like, as a team, we're so aligned that we can delegate things to whoever needs to do it, and they'll get it done. But that's what we know, is that whoever is taking care of that task or role, they're going to get it done. And Myron found a way. Myron found a way. He always does.
He had his whole computer set up at the like come to my table, like ready to go.
Oh,
I love it.
and another thing, put some fires in the chat, because my man Myron fixed his bike.
Yes.
Hey, put some fires in the chat.
Time for some new ideas.
And I went up to the bike shop and I was like, dude, what I think happened is I rode on it with a flat tire, and when like you ride on it and like smashes it. I think that's what happened. And then I think if I even put a new tube, it'd start going flat again. So you guys are going to laugh at me. I found 2 bikes, right? And I kept all the crap off the one I threw away. I like kept a wheel, I kept a whatever I did. So I took the old wheel, I took the tire and the tube off my old wheel and put it on the one that I put together. This is a Frankenstein freaking bike for sure. But I aired it up and I was like, yes. Man, I don't know. For me, like going on walks, going on bike rides, it's like vacuuming your floor. It like gets my brain all cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? So I got to do that, or else I'll just like get overburdened with like computer eyes or whatever. Anyways, yeah.
Love
I'm
it.
super pumped to have my bike back.
We love the bike.
Hey, I'm pumped that you have your bike back.
I know. I miss late night calls. Guys, I have an idea. We got to do this.
I just got back from a bike ride.
That's awesome. Well, I don't know if you guys talked about it, but for those of you who are watching, in an hour and 15 minutes, we're having a special guest come on to our multifamily Zoom, one of our multifamily mentors, Carlos Salguero. Hope I said that right. Sound
You
really
did.
white.
You did good job.
And it's limited. We only have space for 100 people. So first come, first serve. I know a lot of people are interested in coming, so don't be late for that one. It's going to be really good. We're going to be going over the deal we locked up, seller finance, the importance of having a mentor, the importance of having a team. And honestly, I feel like our goal should be all seller finance deals. We're attracting
For
those.
real.
I love it.
On that, I'm gonna go take a call on one of those right now. Right now.
Yeah, go lock up another seller finance.
Go do seller finance right now.
I think that's our niche.
We really need to get that move started.
I mean, like, what a brand to be known for. Like, I mean, to get all your deals on seller finance is amazing, but like, we built our whole portfolio off seller finance deals. Like, what?
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Those on the chat, how you get access, join our Facebook group, multifamily, the $1 Million Upside. I've posted, there's an event in there. There's an event in sub 2. I've posted the link in several places. I've posted it in the Facebook chat. Yeah, I've posted it everywhere. Let me know if you can't find it. But once we get the CRM organized, we'll be able to take all y'all's information, your phone number, your name, and email, and then we can start blasting this information to you guys. So then you'll get it firsthand. I can't wait for that. That'll be so much easier. So that way you guys have it on your phone, easy access. But for now, I'm just blasting it everywhere. Hopefully you guys see it. But we're super excited to be back. I feel like it's a great way to start our Friday. And I know you guys have been asking where we've been, which is awesome that you guys missed us. Honestly, I'm like, okay, I missed you guys too.
Yeah. It's felt weird not being on lives or anything. Like, oh no, we didn't go away. We didn't go away. We have a question here. What rates are you getting with seller finance?
Ooh, good rates.
We're getting the best kinds of rates around.
All I gotta say is, like, our mentor was like, "This is like one of the best deals we ever seen." I'm like,
I think he was a little surprised by how good of terms that we got. And I think that's a little bit of a testament to Pace a little bit, right? Because we all came from sub 2. We all come from a creative finance background, so we had a little bit of a leg up in that department. But both of the deals that we have, both of the deals that were the one we've already closed and the one we're going to close, are both at 3%. 3% interest. Terms are a little bit different from each other, but the 3% interest is the same. So I think we should just get all 3% interest across.
Or zero. I'm down for zero.
Or zero, yeah.
But 3%, we can't complain, especially with this 7 to 8% going down. Like,
yeah, for an equivalent term, if we were to go get a loan on the same deal that we're under contract now, for similar terms, the same time period and everything about it, our interest rate would have been high 7s or low 8s, maybe even high 8s, because it would have been equivalent to like a bridge loan. But we didn't do that. We got 3%. It's a 5-year interest only, so we're only paying the interest for 5 years. And then at the end of the 5 years, seller wants to be ballooned out. So we've worked it all out to where we'll be able to pay the seller off, pay our investors back, and pay us and our investors a nice lump sum at the end of it all.
Baller.
So we're excited for sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and the Zoom we're going to host, we're going to talk more about seller finance and with our mentor. So you guys got to show up. It'll be good.
Yeah, and I want to shout out Joseph and Ione, because they underwrote this deal several times. I know I talk about this a lot, but I'm just so proud of them because the underwriting was presented to someone as well, and they were pretty spot on. A professional underwriter, and they were pretty spot on. So these guys are putting in the work, and they're underwriting is good. So shout out to Joseph and
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And I want to say that it did feel really good that when we presented it to this dude who has a background in this stuff, he is a CPA and I think an accountant as well, but it's the same thing, go hand in hand. But he was handpicked to be the underwriter, the deal analyzer for our mentors team. And when we presented it to him, he was just like, "Man, this is the best deal I've seen. I haven't seen numbers this good." He's like, "You guys, this is awesome, right?"
That's
and so the
exciting.
fact that we were able to not only get that deal, but to be a little newer into the game, and this is I'm edifying Ione here a little bit, but she taught me most of what I know, right? So she's the legend behind the scenes that made it all happen. And holy crap, I did not think we'd be here at this point this soon. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So appreciate you, Ione.
Thank you. You're great. You're great too.
Aw.
Sometimes I think like you're actually better. So you're really good.
Hey,
That's so cute.
if I am better, which I don't think I am, then it only goes back to you, right? Because you
Yeah,
taught
I always say to Oscar, the only person I'll trust with the analyzer is you.
Aw.
Yeah, look at that integrator love talk.
Look at that. You see that? Trusted with the analyzer. Y'all don't know it, but that is like the holy grail of compliments.
Oh
I don't
my
even trust
gosh.
him with it. I'm like,
Not even her man.
Like, I'll trust this dude.
I know.
Don't touch it.
The highest award, bro. How did you
I
achieve
love
that?
it.
Dang,
Hey.
I feel like Joseph passed me up now.
I was just about to say, I think I might have taken KJ's spot.
Aw, that's so
awesome.
awesome to see how far you guys grown. And I love that like us as a team can depend on you guys too. Like I know like someone sent us a deal yesterday and I was like, Joseph, like I was like, come here, look at this. Like what am I looking at? Which was really nice. Like it feels good to have someone that you can trust and like know is credible in knowing what they're doing. So I know soon we're gonna start something where you guys can hire our beautiful underwriters to help underwrite your deals and things like that. Like if you don't want to deal with it, you just want someone to give you feedback, we're gonna start a service for that soon. Or if you want to be taught how to do it, we'll start that soon. So we're trying to get some things going for you guys so we can give y'all more value and have resources for you guys too. And wow, that's just so exciting. That's cool, fame. Look, Ione came on, and then look at all these compliments you got. You guys are awesome.
For real. Look, our viewers went up because she came on. Like everybody had to come see.
Dang.
Look at this. And they're even wearing red. They have like a hive mind. They're like, great minds think alike. I love it. That's awesome.
I see Facebook user says, "What are you doing at the end of 5 years?" So we had initially underwrote it to refinance them out at year 5 and then hold for the 10 years. That was our initial plan. But after showing the underwriting and everything to our mentor and his team, they basically said, you should have no problem selling this at year 5. And with the numbers that you guys are projecting, you'll make more than enough money and be able to take that money and roll it into another property. So that is our new finalized strategy, is to sell at year 5. And we know we're going to over deliver. So we know we're going to make even more than what the numbers say.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, Joseph, you and Ione underwrote that deal so conservatively that it was so conservative. Worst case stress test, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, breaking analyzers. It was so conservative that it still made sense. And so once we started getting that deal in front of the people who are more experienced, they were like, man, you guys, who was it? The professional underwriter was like, man, this is so conservative, but it still makes so much sense, even conservatively. Like, guys, that's a good deal. And the returns for our investors, oh my gosh. Even better. What did he say, Joseph? It was the best deal he's ever seen, or something like that.
Yeah, he's like, I haven't seen returns this good out of any of the deals I've looked at.
Oh, dang. That needs some fires in the chat. Oh my gosh. We're going to go in more detail about this on the Zoom, though. You guys need to join.
Mm-hmm.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
Yep. We're an hour and 7 minutes away, so your butts better be there.
Or be square. Says Facebook user says, where do you find it? Seller financing deals.
I think Ione knows this. Ione's like, always, what's the purchase price? Is there an assumable loan? Are they willing to seller finance? I think, honestly, every deal could be open to this, especially with the way the interest rates are. Like, brokers already know. When I get on the phone with them, I was like, I need this information before you, like, don't ask me for a follow-up until I have this information, because I need to know what my options are and like how I can solve the seller's problem. And it's just like single family. You need to know, what is the seller's goals? What are they looking to accomplish? What is their pain? Because a lot of times they're mismanaged. And then how can you solve that problem? So when you come at it from that perspective and not just, hey, here's my number. When you hop on the phone with the seller, get to know them, negotiate terms, and seeing how it is you can make it a win-win, then it's really easy. And most sellers are very smart in this aspect, because running a multifamily building is like running a business. And a lot of times they know it's in their best interest too to do seller finance, or they're going to have to take a huge cut and pay because of the interest rates. So I think we're super blessed. Now is the perfect time to be going for assumable loans and seller finance. Like, I am so grateful and thankful for being with you guys and being during this time period. Like, we have a goal of 1,000 units by next July, and I have no doubt we're going to hit it. And I wouldn't be surprised if we got them all seller finance at this point. It's exciting.
Where's Myron? I mean, I wanted him because he had a fire conversation with a broker the other day about.
I think he's on the phone with.
Are you talking about the Waco one?
Yeah.
He called us both about.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's funny? Here's another testament to Ione, right? He calls me yesterday. He calls me and I'm like doing some work outside. And he's like, hey, bro, I just wanted to see if you have some time to look at that deal. You know, I plan on sending the LOI today, blah, 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 right? I was like, yeah, I can definitely do it. I'll make sure it gets done tonight. Not even 5-10 minutes later, I guess you had called him right after he got off the phone with me. And then he calls me right back and he's like, hey, don't worry about it, bro. Ione already did it. It's already done. She's already underwrote the deal and it's ready to go. I got the numbers that I need for the LOI. I'm gonna send it in a moment. Like,
hell yeah.
Like, fantastic. I love it.
Ione's awesome.
I love it.
How long did you stay up underwriting that deal?
1
a.m. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's this assumable loan and seller finance, it's like my priority right now. It's hard. It's really frustrated. Like last 2 weeks ago, probably, like the deals that we're underwriting, it's working in what you call it?
Like prior to the interest rate?
Yeah, prior to the interest rate getting high. Now it's just we have to be creative now.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work
Conventional
anymore.
doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, conventional.
Unless they like a drastic pay cut, like purchase price goes dramatically down. There's the man of the hour.
Man of the hour.
On my LOI, I put the on the LOI, I put the math a little bit off, and so I'm gonna redo that real quick. He's gonna present it today, and we'll have an answer today.
Perfect. Yeah.
Nice.
So
let me ask you guys, how do we know if they're open to doing seller finance? How do we know that? Anybody? You just ask. You say, hey, would this seller be open to seller financing? It's not a scary question, right? The more direct, blunt that you are, and just get to the point. Hey, this is a business. I'm just trying to figure out all of the options, like KJ said, find the solution to the problem. I'm just trying to be straightforward. I want to be as open and honest communication. Are you open to seller finance? Is there a way we can make that work? The interest rates currently are killing the deal. I can do that, but my cash offer is going to be much lower. You know, it's the same stuff we've been learning in sub 2, right? And the worst you can be told is no. And if you're told no, okay, move on, go to the next one, or figure out how to do it as a cash. If it doesn't make sense, put them in the follow up with them in a month, in 2 months. The deal that we're currently under contract with, it was on the market for 8 months before we came in and we were able to do something. Just keep following up with them. Eventually, they'll figure out what needs to be done, or they'll get it sold. And if they get it sold to somebody else and you couldn't beat that price, you know, more power to them, right? Because this is a people business. It's not just make the most money. It's make the best relationships. And the more successful you are at that, the more money you'll make.
Put the people first.
People first, yeah.
The investors first. We learned that too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So there's a question in the chat. What was the 3 things you asked the broker?
Purchase price. Is there an assumable loan? And are they willing to sell their finance? And then also financials. You can't do much without that information.
And y'all hear Oscar's AC? That thing is blowing.
My bad.
You're kidding. I just love teasing you about it.
All right. Here's another question. Facebook user says, so brokers are where you find leads? You want to answer that, Carolyn?
Yeah. So sorry. He's working the LOI.
I got to redo that LOI.
You're good.
Yes. So brokers are where you find leads. Yes. A lot of our leads come in from brokers. KJ and I have spent hours and hours and hours calling tons of brokers. We have a huge spreadsheet full of them. And really that boils down to making a relationship with a select few that have been consistently sending us deals and deals and deals. And also people in the community, they know us from here. They know that we're working on multifamily and we just get brought deals all the time. Like we have a lot going on. We have a lot coming in right now.
Yeah. Get known.
Exactly. Put yourself out there.
Yes. You know, I'm seeing leads come in from other students.
Yeah.
That's been a lot of it, is exactly what Joseph said, was talk about what you're doing and people will come. Like if you're going to close a deal on seller finance, you are even just really talking about seller financing and structuring deals, and you start to gain credibility and people will bring that stuff to you.
Yep.
For sure. And is the link to the Zoom today in the Facebook? Okay.
Yeah, I posted it everywhere. You can go to our Instagram pages, our Facebook pages, the multifamily group, and multiple multifamily groups, and the sub 2 group, and the Facebook chat. It should be everywhere.
Okay. And we'll answer like 2 or 3 more questions, and then we're gonna call it and get ready for our next Zoom. So here's a question. I'm not sure if we answered this one yet, but why do multifamily properties get sold after a few years and not hold for a lifetime? Who wants to answer that? You want to answer that one?
Answer it. You know the answer.
I got you. So multifamily, there's multiple different strategies, right? It's just like single family. There's buy and hold investors. There's fix and flip investors. There's investors that want to just take over and Airbnb it, right? There's all different kinds of strategies. It's the same with multifamily, right? So would you rather hold a really nice brand new building You know, it's a Class A property. There's no issues. You know that this property is going to be good for the next 40, 50 years, right? Or would you rather hold a Class C building? It's already 40, 50 years old. You know, it looks good now, but there's definitely potential for things to go wrong, pipes to burst, you know, things like that, right? So typically, when it's a Class C property, which is the one that we're under contract on, you generally want to kind of do like the fix and flip model, right? You want to come in, do your value add, make it nice, increase your NOI, make the property look good and appealing, and then sell it to somebody that does want to maintain it and hold it longer. Whereas our strategy is really to, yes, we do want to hold properties, but something like that, we'd rather take the money from that and roll it into a larger, nicer property for the long run and hold that one for a long time. And then just rinse and repeat. Once we have that nicer property, we'll refinance that one later down the road and then take that cash and put it into another property and just keep repeating the cycle.
Thank you for that, bro. Here's another question. Facebook user asks, do you focus on any commercial buildings?
I would say only if they have a multifamily aspect, like a mixed use building where it's got the residential, it's got the apartments, but it could also have, you know, commercial space underneath. Like our mentor's property is, I don't know how many, but it's all commercial on the bottom. Like there's a gym, there's a space for a restaurant, a big empty commercial space, there's doctor's offices, things like that. And then on top of everything is the residential, it's the apartments. That would be the only thing I would think we'd look at.
Well, what I like about that too is what is it called again? The Triple Net Lease? Did I say that right? What does that mean? Can you explain to people what that means and the benefit of that?
Me?
Yeah, or one of y'all.
Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't know who you were talking to. Yeah, Triple Net Lease. These things are amazing. Essentially, all of the costs for that unit is then put onto the tenant, meaning the utilities, electric, gas, water, all of that goes to the tenant. The tenant pays for that. They're responsible for insurances, taxes and insurance. Everything about that unit either is responsible for the tenant, the commercial tenant, or it gets billed back to the tenant. So 100% everything that they pay is your profit because they're covering everything else. They're covering the entirety. It's as if they own it. They're responsible for everything, but they don't actually own it. They're just renting the space and paying for everything.
Yeah. So Triple Net Lease is awesome.
Very good thing.
Okay, last question, and then we're going to call it. How was the deal funded? Was there not a large down payment? I'm assuming they're talking about Rocky Top.
Yeah.
You want to answer that, Joseph?
Oh, sure. I got you. The deal is being funded by the investor relationships that we have fostered. All right, we're looking to do this one as a JV. We've considered doing a syndication on it, but it's very similar. The long story short, we're getting other people's money, other investors to put money into the deal and then in turn receive equity portion in the deal. That's the long story short. There is a down payment. The down payment we negotiated was about 17%. So it's 500,000 down. And the rest of it, the CapEx, all the closing funds needed, we're including all of that into our raise. So we're raising the money to close on the deal and provide the down payment. And we've already pretty much all but secured everything already, which is fantastic.
Yep. Okay, that was it. KJ, do you want to go over some last minute announcements and how people can get on our Zoom here in like less than an hour and stuff before we log out?
Follow all of us on Instagram. All our tags are listed here on the screen. I always post everything on my stories and on my Instagram. You can also, if you're not in our multifamily group, Multifamily, the $1 Million Upside, you can go join that Facebook group. I've made several posts. There's also events in there with the Zoom link and the Facebook chat. If you need help, reach out to me and I can send it to you. But you guys definitely want to be on time for that Zoom today, because we cap out at 100 people. So the first 100 people that join our Zoom today get to be there. And you don't want to miss it. We're going to go over more details about our seller finance deal. We'll get into the nitty gritty, as well as having our mentor come on and share his story and talk about, we're going to talk about, the importance of having a mentor, how it's leveled us up. And then we're going to be talking about seller finance, like why we love it, how we find it, the benefits of it, and the importance of having a team. So it's going to be an exciting Zoom. I think it'll be a great Zoom to kick off being back after 2 weeks and on a Friday. So we're excited for all of you who are new here, who recently joined the group, and this is your first time seeing us. We welcome you, and we're excited to get to know you guys and do deals together.
Amen.
Awesome, guys. Well, I appreciate everyone who stopped by and watched us and asked questions, interacted with us, participated. Thank you all. Again, like what KJ said, go to the group. Don't miss the Zoom. Guys, it's capped at 100. So first come, first serve. You don't get to see it.
Y'all better click the link right now.
Yep. Awesome.
All right. Bye, guys.
Appreciate you all.